Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Muhammad Hasan. I'm an engineer currently pursuing a master's in the field of microwave engineering. I hope you have heard this statement that in order to be successful or in order to do something great, you need to work hard. But that statement is not actually true. The recipe of achieving something great or doing something great is actually not hard work but smart work. Now, smart work has hard work embedded in it, but simply hard work without smart work will not take you very far. The technique that I'm going to share with you in this video was actually developed to grow businesses efficiently. But this technique can also be used to learn skills faster and can also be used by students smartly to take their revisions to their next level. And the name of the technique is known as Pareto Principle, and it is commonly known as 80-20 rule. So let's look into the history of 80-20 or Pareto Principle. This Pareto Principle was suggested by management consultant Joseph M. Juaran, and he named it after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. He was the one who first saw this 80-20 relationship while in the University of Lausanne. I hope this University of Lausanne is in Switzerland. So let's take a dive and see what is this 80-20 relationship and how this technique can be a game-changing one. Pareto Principle is a prediction that 80% of the effect comes from 20% of causes. Now, in the year 1906, Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto noted this 80-20 relationship when he saw that 80% of the Italian land is actually owned by 20% of its population. And seeing this ratio, he got so obsessed with it that he started seeing this relationship of 80-20 in everything. For example, he saw that 80% of the peas in his garden comes from 20% of the pea plants. Now, this ratio of 80-20 is not always exactly fulfilled. It may be 80-30 or 80-25. The basic fundamental principle behind this principle is that majority of the result comes from minority of the effort. This principle became so popular in the business world that it became the axiom of business management. So, are you still confused? Let's understand this principle with certain example and things will be very clear. Suppose you're running a business and you advertise your business on different platforms in order to draw traffic, and maybe those platforms are Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, whatever may be. And after analyzing, you see that one of the platform is actually bringing you more traffic and is giving you more revenue for your business. For example, in this case, it may be Instagram. You see that Instagram is actually bringing you most of your revenue. So what we will do, according to this Pareto Principle, it says that you need to focus on that platform which is giving you most of your result. So in this case, you need to focus on this platform which is Instagram here in order to grow your business efficiently, and just cut off time from those platforms that are not actually giving you results, as a result of which you'll be having more time which you then can invest on that platform which is actually working for you. So this is what 80-20 rule actually tells you to do. Focus on the small things that are actually giving you more result. So this is Pareto Principle from business point of view. Now if you want to understand Pareto Principle for building new skill, then I can give you another example here, that one of my friend is learning guitar and he says that most of the songs can be played by just 4 chords. So if you just can master those 4 chords, which is fairly easy to do and it can be done within 1 month. So if you apply Pareto Principle here, then your first job is to learn those 4 chords and master them in order to play any songs in front of your friends, and your non-guitarist friend will feel that you have picked up this skill very fast and you are talented, but actually not. You have actually used the Pareto Principle in order to build your skill very fast. So this is 80-20 rule. Your job is to understand what is that 20% that is giving me the 80% of my result. So if you can understand that part, then your job is very simple. You just need to focus on that. Now another example that I can give you here is that my video editing skill. For example, I create videos for YouTube. The software that I use is Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects. Now these softwares has huge number of tools, and it can be intimidating if you open these softwares for the first time, because these softwares are actually used to create Hollywood movies. So what I actually did is I looked up tools that will help me to create YouTube videos very easily. So I learned only those tools that help me in creating beautiful and attractive videos, and those are not great number of tools. There are few handful number of tools. If you just master them, you can create very beautiful attractive YouTube videos. And some of my friends who don't know anything about video editing, when they see me editing, they feel like I'm a pro video editor. But no, I just did Pareto Principle to learn only those tools that help me to create attractive videos. So yeah, this is how you can pick up skills if you just understand what is that 20% that will give you 80% of the result. So when it comes to video editing, I only know handful of tools and use them to create these kind of videos, which helps me to create videos that can be watched believed by people around the world and can have a great effect. So that's Pareto Principle 80-20 rule when it comes to building skill. Another example that I can give you, and it occurs in your day-to-day life, is that 80% of the time you wear 20% of your clothes. You may be having number of t-shirts or shirts or trousers or shoes, doesn't matter, but if you analyze, you'll see that most of the time you'll be wearing the same t-shirt, you'll be wearing the same shoes, or you'll be wearing the same trousers. So again, it's Pareto Principle in front of you. But I'm not here to just talk about these examples and leave it off. I'm here to show you how this principle can be used to take your revision to the next level so that you can use this technique, and this technique will help you to bring good marks. So let's look into that. Now, applying Pareto's principle for studies could be tricky because if you start applying Pareto's principle from the very beginning, then you won't have a good grasp of that subject because you're just looking for the 20% of the concept, which is very tricky to understand, which is that 20% that will give you 80% of the result. So what I tell my student at the beginning of the session is that go through all the concepts that are being taught for the book, and just before exam, when you have less amount of time, it is at that moment you need to apply Pareto's principle. Now, how to apply Pareto's principle just before the exam for revision? It's very easy. What you need to do is just go through previous year question paper. If you go through previous year question paper and analyze it, you'll see that there are concepts that are occurring very frequently every year. So your job will be identifying those concepts and then revising those concepts because it has a high chance of coming in your year also. So this is how you need to apply Pareto's principle for revision. Now, I have been doing this in my school days when I gave my class 10 exam and class 12 exam. At that time, I didn't know that this principle is known as Pareto's principle. I also used this technique in my college when I came to know about this Pareto's principle, and I've seen that just by going through or revising this previous year 10 to 15 years of question, you have a high chance that 80% of the question will be from those previous year questions. And it has worked for me, and I hope it will work for you too. And this is how education systems and exams actually work. If you analyze, you'll see that a book contains numerous amount of concepts, but most of the time only fewer of the concepts that are important and are most likely to be asked in questions year after year. So your job is to identify those concepts, and how to identify those, just go through previous year question paper and you'll be identifying those questions very easily. So this is how I use Pareto's principle to make my revision super smart. So yeah, this is all for this video. If you enjoyed this video and if you feel like this video added some kind of value to your life, then please hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then please consider doing so, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Till then, bye bye.